Hi there, Mary Jane or MJ here, a normal Aussie mum of 3 school-aged kids. A little bit more comfortable now with standing up and showing up to say, you know what, I will not be tricked, I will not be coerced, I will not be threatened into doing things that are against my better judgment, that are against things that I know to be true or to be false. I will choose what I do with my body and essentially with my life. So, what am I talking about? Well, I set it all out in the first couple of videos, but it's basically this year there's been a whole bunch of stuff going on that simply hasn't made sense, and the media has been trying to hypnotize us into accepting a whole bunch of stuff that frankly is not true and is not in our best interest. So I decided I wasn't going to blindly and ignorantly just accept all this stuff, because I'd like a free and fair future for my kids in Australia. I don't know, would you? But maybe that's why you're watching this. So I decided I needed to stand up and do something. You've got to take action. It's all very well talking about this stuff, being in Facebook groups or wherever it is and chat, great. But that's not going to make the changes that we want. Standing up, showing up and taking action is. And the more of us that do it, the greater chance we have. And more people are standing up. You're not crazy and you're definitely not alone. So come join the party. So what is it that we're being trained to accept? It's called the Great Reset. Agenda 21, Agenda 30. Interestingly, there's some mainstream media in the US, yesterday I guess, New York Times, Washington Post, calling this conspiracy theories. But in actual fact, the World Economic Forum and Prime Minister Justin Trudeau of Canada, and in fact, I think the Australian government signed something a couple of days ago, they're talking about the Great Reset. Greg Hunt, Minister for Health, has got a book on his shelf in one of his tweets called COVID-19, The Great Reset. They're talking about this year as the opportunity to change the way that you and I live. Now, it's all wrapped up in nice sounding stuff. It's all about, how we're going to save the planet. And, it's not for individuals to be, have their stuff. It's about the community. It's about looking after the community. Okay, let me ask you this. Who decides what's good for the community? Is it you? Is it me? I don't think so. I think it's the same people who are orchestrating all the madness that's gone on in 2020. And I don't know about you, but I don't think they have our best interests at heart. For example, part of it is that there will be no individual property. So you and I are going to be invited to give up our personal, if we've got a family home or perhaps an investment property, to give it up in return for debt relief. Sounds good, but then we will not own anything and we'll be offered in exchange some kind of base income, maybe? So what does that mean? Who's giving us the money? And can they turn it on and off whenever they like? If we don't do what they tell us? Oh yeah. So let's say we would like to, look after our own health and our own bodies and decide what goes into our own bodies. But the community leaders, whoever they are, have decided that for the community, we must sacrifice our individual human rights and our individual sovereignty over our own bodies and do what they tell us to do, regardless of whether it may or may not harm us. So, and if we don't agree to it, then they cut off the money. So move us out of the countryside where we can grow our own stuff into the city, all bunched up, where they can control us better. Now, have we seen control over movement this year? Where we can and can't go? Can we cross borders? Can we go out of certain regions? This is all training. This is all training so that we will gladly accept this great reset. So when you are in a small community being told what to do or else, what does that sound like? It sounds like a slave to me, doesn't it? Don't know about you, but it sounds like slavery, where we don't actually get any freedom of human rights. That's so last century. So anyway, actions. There are things that we can do to stop this. It's not going to happen because we're not going to let it happen. The more of us, the better. So please join in. In the other 4 videos at the beginning, there are small actions. Some might take you half an hour, some might take you 5 minutes, some will take you no time at all. So today, I'm going to invite you to join us in person. Look, you can join us at all these places. I will be in Canberra, 6th of December. These Freedom Days are peaceful gatherings of people who are simply standing up to say, we would like our freedom of choice, freedom of human rights, freedom of speech, freedom of thought, freedom of action, and freedom to put in your bodies what you choose, because you know your body better than anybody else. So come and join us in person. We're standing up to show that, we're not alone, and we're definitely not crazy. You don't have to do anything there. You just have to stand and smile, because we're all about smiles. And the good thing about meeting up with people, what's it called? Offline, in real life, is that there's a vibration, you can feel actual other human beings. I mean, we've all been stuck at home in our little online worlds. So getting together is actually a really, really good thing to do. So just for a couple of hours or even half an hour, whatever time you've got on the December the 6th, which is a Sunday in one of these cities. And there's also Brisbane and Townsville, which are not yet on this official poster, but they will be soon. And who knows, more cities might put their hand up. It's still a few weeks away. So please join us in person. We'd love to see you. If you haven't looked at the other videos, have a look. There are lots of simple actions you can take that will make a difference. And if you haven't, please share some of these videos with friends and family who up until now may have not kind of considered that there's anything wrong going on. You never, ever know. The time might be right for them to start thinking now. And the bottom line is, all we're trying to do is get Australia back, a free and fair Australia for normal, hardworking, kind-hearted people like you and me. Because as you've seen right now, that is definitely not who's running the country. All right. Hope to see you on the 6th. Bye for now.